And what's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, adoptionagency.com, 22 years, selling full-time on eBay. And I forgot to grab a box for this monstrosity I sold. I was going to do that before I hit start, but I forgot. Because that's an odd shape. Anyway. I'm going to say this. Could you imagine the sales I'd be getting if I wasn't shut off during a time where I used to get about $200+ in sales? Again, last night, between 11:30 and 7:15 this morning. Whoop, nothing. Those hours overnight, I used to get $200+ in sales overnight. And now it's just turned off on a nightly basis. If this was something other than them shutting things down or doing maintenance, I would at least have one or two that it wouldn't be a consistent problem. You know what I mean? I mean, there's just clearly a black hole every night that never used to be there before and shouldn't be there, being I ship internationally and have sales, my items on 10 different eBay websites throughout the world, and not everybody is nighttime at our nighttime. Once that stops, my days I think are going to be pretty much back to normal, honestly. I think that's the only thing holding my day back as a whole right now, is that overnight, because even yesterday I ended with 705. So if you take these last 4 days, add $200 onto them. Yesterday was 705. Day before was 753, 727, 838. If you add $200 on each of those, that's pretty much where I should be sitting at. So hopefully that is the last hurdle. With at least with my situation, you know, or with the situation as a whole would be nice. But up 12.1%. So yeah, yesterday ended at 705. We are at 10 a.m. I'm at $70. Traffic yesterday: 38 items sold, 25 promoted, 13 organic. And top 5 today. Yeah, let's do top 5 categories of the week. Boom. Boom. Okay. So up 1.2 from the previous week, but I'm going to go with last year. Whoops. Same period last year. See what the difference is. All right. So last week we've sold $5,272 in sales, down 15% from last year, which is not bad compared with, you know, the problems plus economy type of thing. Like I could see 15% being just economy based. So that kind of tells me if I'm off 200 a night for most of the week, I say the economy should be bringing us down 7 to 10%, which is, I've always said about 10. So that number still feels right. Selling cost, where I've been wanting to keep it under 50%, I'm shocked actually, 44.5, because I've been running closer at I've been hitting like 49. So even with my elevated promotion, 44.5, and that could be, now we know why. My average sale per price, that's what's going to bring that number down, $21.09. up 45.2% from last year. That's huge. Even from last week, I think last week was only 17, right? I can't go backwards, can I? Not easily. Maybe if I just hit back. Twice. Refresh. And it just keeps hitting. Okay, there we go. Nope, I gotta redo it again. I broke it. So from last week, it's up 25.5%. So still good on that note also. Sweet. Well, at least I know I'm going in the right direction, right? Moving the low dollar stuff up to $9.95. All right. Top 5 categories sold last week. Percentages is going to be compared to last year. Number 5 on the list, we've got vinyl records. $311, down 19% from last year. Making its debut at number 4 because of basically one item. Electronics. Vintage stereo receivers. That Bose system I sold. $418, up 100%. Makes sense. Number 3, as always, music cassettes. $481, down 30% from last year. And the change has still stuck, just barely. Number 2, men's hats. $985, down 3.7%. And number 1, the same as last week, music CDs. $992, up 12.8%. So only about $6 difference separating the two. Honorable mention number 6 is men's t-shirts. $179, down 21% from last year. Still growing the t-shirts. Boom, boom, boom. I've got about 14, 15 orders to ship out here. So let's go straight to questions and comments. Oh, let's see if my any of my shorts did anything overnight last night. Let's see here. Ooh. No. Oh, that's the one from the day before. The one's up to 3,900. But again, last night, 2 of them that made it over 1,000. One of them at 1,096. The other at 2,488. So still, I always have like 2 that jet out beyond everybody. So there should be some tonight. Again, between 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. one every hour. Tonight, Saturday. I don't think I've got Sunday fully booked yet. So I'll have to take one of these videos from the past few days and break it down and see if I can pull some shorts out of it. All right, let's go. Questions and comments. I'm just going to ask it. How many kids does James have? He mentioned one lad with a job and who helps him with orders. I know it's personal, etc., but what I like about James is how open he is. The other day, he let us all know he was breaking wind. Well, I got 2 stepsons and I have 1 daughter. One stepson, Adrian, who's the youngest of them all. He works for Spectrum. He also plays hockey. He refs hockey. And he does shipping for me in the evenings and on weekends. Then my other stepson, Alex, he still lives at home. They're like, 27 and 30 now? That's all right. He's actually like over 30 now. I forget birthdays. I'm bad at that for some reason. He's a pharmacy tech immunizing pharmacy. I think he's an immunizing pharmacy. Yeah, I think so. Pharmacy tech for Walgreens. And then the daughter who being you use the word lad. Are you? I'm just taking a guess that you're not in the U.S., but that could just be that could be my ignorance. But even if you're not in the Missouri is a bad state that likes to screw over fathers. And we've spent over $100,000 when my daughter was little just to try to make sure she was a part of our lives. Something her mother didn't want and made it very difficult. And I literally have 2 boxes about yay big, that wide, or that depth, about that wide, full of paperwork, recorded telephone conversations, videotapes of how our lives were so screwed up because of this one biatch and all the games that she played by withholding visitation, trying to light our car on fire, calling DFS so much they stopped taking her calls. DFS is a children's service. She would call and say we're abusing Jamie somehow, some way. She even accused the oldest, Alex, of raping Jamie and put her own daughter through all the processes physically to make sure she was not. That's how twisted and screwed up this lady is. And my son was 10 years old at the time, and my daughter was 7. And DFS comes in. This is the one that gets me the most pissed off. When you have these people coming in to interview your 10-year-old stepson about rape. And he's like, he don't know what the hell is going on. What? Huh? What? He didn't. It's not like he was a kid running the street and got playground talk, really. He didn't know what the hell they were talking about at 10 years old. He was all video games. And so that's the one that gets me the most. But, trying to pick my daughter up, no shows, wouldn't show up. My days I was supposed to pick her up from school, she wouldn't send her to school. One visit, they started pouring gasoline on our car. This one visit, I've only got 1 mark on my entire record. And I didn't even do anything wrong. And that angers me too, because I made sure to stay out of trouble my entire life, for the most part. At least not get caught. But anyway, went to pick her up one time at her grandma's house because, of course, they ended up moving back because the mother's a piece of crap. So I had to go over there to pick them up. That's where the gasoline thing happened. And another, she comes out on the phone saying the sheriff wants to talk to me or some crap like that. This is a little town, Hillsboro. And I stay in the car. I don't get out of the car. I just sit in the driveway and wait. She comes to it, hands me the phone. I get on. I tell him what I'm there for. It's my time to pick up my daughter, etc., etc. He's okay, fine, blah, blah, blah. They're going to send somebody out to help me with the situation. As I hand her the phone back, she starts grabbing me and hitting me while I'm in the car. I'm just pulling on the door, pushing her out, trying to get her out. And when the police did get there, she made a report that I assaulted her. And that's what's on my record. I'm like, and he even took the kids aside, because you're going to believe the kids' stories over the adults. And of course, they corroborated what really happened. But I still got a mark on my record because of an assault that, I don't know if it was like an assault, but it was a domestic dispute, I guess, or some crap like, I don't know how it's worded. I don't know. But that angers me. So it was like, hell. And at least when I had some part of my daughter's life, she was an A and B student. Oh, when she was 13, she goes, Dad, I don't want to come over anymore because I want my mom to love me again. Because her mom would play those mental games with her. And at that point, we had been through so much. I'm like, you know how to get a hold of me if you ever need to reach out. And that was the last I saw her over at that point. She's about 22, comes back. We get back in touch. She comes over. At this point, she's a spitting image of her mother. She had dropped out of high school, already had a kid. Can't hold a job. Goes from man to man every week to take care of her. And all she wanted was money from me. So, there we go again. So, yeah. What are you going to do? You wanted openness. There you go. But men get totally screwed when it comes to this parental system in this country, especially in this state. Always have. So, but yeah, went through a lot of. I mean, it was so traumatic. I still shake when I have to drive through the parts of the area where these things happened. One was in St. Charles when she used to live there, and the other is out in Hillsborough. Thankfully, I don't have to go by those places much, but when I do, I mean, it's just like PTSD, if you will. Man, it just all comes flooding back, and it's miserable. So, I can't all be saved, I guess. When you got a psycho person on the other end that the state favors more because it's the mother. I even had witnesses that testified in one of the court things that she would drag my daughter to a drug house. It didn't matter. I mean, we had all kinds of stuff across the board. Like I said, I got videotapes, phone conversations recorded, and of course, all the paperwork from it all. Journals, from journals to the court papers. So, it's all there. And what's even worse is my daughter was so brainwashed. She would just spew this hate on like Facebook, saying that she had to wear hand-me-down clothes from the boys. She was treated like crap when she was here, et cetera, et cetera. And everybody knows that's not true. Hell, my niece would get Jamie's hand-me-downs, and a lot of them were new with tags, girls' clothes. She had Jordans. So she was so far gone brainwashed that the whole victim mentality, it's sad. I try not to think about it or talk about it too much because it's very depressing to me to know that I failed. I failed as a father to protect my daughter. Yeah. But when you've got literally everything against you, sometimes you're just not going to win. So. All right. Well, that otter thing is about 1/10 as cute as that dog of yours. It's still pretty cute. Baby girl. Ooh, I'm going to read this one separately when I get to it. I don't believe an Egyptians built the pyramids. I believe they just found them a millennia later. I'm going to read that later because I've already talked enough in this one that don't get me started on that again. I'll be excited about your theory and be like creating new theories. So I'll read that later. Thank you for the comment though. I'm definitely going to read it. Great info. Thanks for sharing. Created listing templates. Definitely seemed like a time saver. That's on the list 200 items a day video. That video still gets some action. Garth on one of my shorts. No, I am Wayne. You're Garth. I've been watching eBay resellers videos, and honestly, you are the only channel I don't think is a scam or hiding something. I will say, I don't know about the scam part, but I will say I'm probably the most open one, at least that I've seen. But I'm just an open book with my entire life. I don't care. You know, I learned that at about the age of 23. Hiding stuff just causes problems. Be open book, be straight faced about it. Tell everybody everything. They're either going to like you or they're not. So life's much easier and a lot less drama when you're just open about everything. 10 100 items are better than $205 CDs that will take 20 years to sell. You always talk about, well, it depends on how you look at it. How long did it take you to list those items, the $100 items? How long does it take for them to sell? Because and if you times that by hundreds or times that by thousands, you're tying up a lot of capital as opposed to 10-cent items. So not necessarily. It depends. Depends on the sell-through rate. You always talk about having 52,000 items in your store, but 50,000 of them are garbage. Watching some YouTube videos replies, if everybody on eBay only sold 100 items, the marketplace would collapse. eBay needs sellers at all price points in order to survive. You should be thankful that there are people willing to sell these type of items that you don't want to for the good of the marketplace. Well, this person probably doesn't sell anything at all anyway. All right, let me let's see what can we. Okay, let's see. You always talk about 52,000 items in your store, but 50,000 of them are garbage. Okay, let's see. Out of the 50K plus comments I get on social media, I would say congratulations, for yours is the garbageist. Is that a word? Garbageist. Now you can crawl out of your basement, and let your family know that you are just like me. Kinda. You can crawl out of your basement and let your family know that you are just like me. Kinda. That one, I guess, ain't really that funny. That was kind of funny. Kind of. That thumbnail, though. I've had to learn this. I'm green and naturally anxious and just had to learn to just wing it. As humans, we overcomplicate. That we do. That we do. Them damn emotions and all that stuff, man. Complicated world. That's where, like, that's another reason. Don't hide shit. Just, it overcomplicates things when it doesn't need to be. Thanks for sharing your time in 2023. Well, thank you. Thank you guys for the comments and all the views and stuff in 23. And the likes. The videos. The likes on the videos. Yeah, those two. We just tried to list tonight and noticed the photo section of the app looked different. What I didn't realize is that eBay has destroyed it. Going on 15 minutes waiting for 10 photos to upload. Why fix something that's not broken? They keep changing and adding things. Yeah, I've noticed like hints of the picture part changing on the app here and there over the last pretty much the whole year. It would change for like an hour or so, then back to old. Change back, and that's been going on and off like that. And the change I saw was at least good when it came to the upload, because the times when it did change to the new, for me, at least this new, whatever it was, they were instantly uploaded. And I'm like, well, hell yeah. And then it would go back to the other way where it could take freaking 10 minutes to upload 5 photos. Yeah, it's, who knows? Dan, that's so weird. I just listed 2 of those Wacom pens. You sold the tablet with no pen, so maybe that same person will come and buy a pen from me. Awesome. That is weird. Oh, so many quitting. How do you know this? Watch YouTube videos. They say it. All right, let's get to shipping. Let's get this stuff done. Only 1 comment to play with today. Boo. That's all right. I don't have time for more comments. All right, let's go. That. Jan just sold a Christmas thing, but I did. That's before or after I pulled. And I sold 1 so far. Just sold this morning. I took an offer for $12 on one of my random mix small toy lots. So we're off to the races. So I put 20 up just so I could I got a whole tub filled with just Hot Wheels and small toys that I'm just going to pack a box in. At least 20 pieces. And anytime I get small toys, I'm dumping them in there. I'm not going to, only if it's something I know 100% is worth some great money, like if it's an old Generation 1 Transformer, it's not going in there. But anything else, I'm not even looking up. I mean, if it's a red line Hot Wheel, of course I'm going to look it up. But if they spend $15, there's a good chance if they're a reseller, they're going to hopefully make some money on it. So, but if they're just a toy collector, which is where I'm going, or like surprise boxes, then even better. So I got 1 sold thus far, so that's good. Because that'll be one of those listings that should always, as I get sales, it'll stay higher and higher in the search ranks because I've got multiples. So that's the goal of this, is to always keep it high in the search ranks and keep that number, never let it end, basically. Never let that page end. Always keep adding more inflating the number, basically. So I think I got everything. So we'll see how it goes. Singapore, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia. So that's good. All right, first up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We got, are you ready for a media lot? Yeah. More like a Gin Blossom plus Rat lot. We got Gin Blossom's Hey Jealousy cassette single. Found Out About You cassette single. The promo sampler for New Miserable Experience. We got New Miserable Experience, or congratulations, I'm sorry, the Record Club edition. And Gin Blossoms As Long As It Matters single. And Rat Out of the Cellar. The best one of the bunch, I must say. Let me give you the full amount instead of all the breakdowns. So $23.25. Now where did I go? There we go. Gin Blossoms is not a really big seller, so I went ahead and took, like a lot of his, $375 was his offer for a lot, $350, $5 for the Rat, $350, $375. So I'll take those lower offers if you're buying this much from me. And if it's something like Gin Blossoms, it's kind of dead these days. I was never really a fan of them. Never really listened to a lot of their stuff, though. Where are my bigger mailers? I need my bigger mailers. Where are they at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, those are way too big. They're way too big also. Get some out of my Juro pack. Orange ones. I'm trying to do like an elimination right now, like I am. Like at the end of the year, I don't like to order supplies. I like to try to totally deplete. Oh wait, there's something. What I have. Are those the same? Oh, there's some. Actually, they're one bigger. I kind of like to deplete what I have so I can then do one big order of everything I need. Use the end of the year to build boxes or whatever I need to do to help clean out the area. Zero. 11. I'm gonna go 10 by 8 by 3. Nicholas. Alright. Move you out of the way. I forgot to order my ink for my laser. Next up, we've got, I put these up together, National Geographic VHS tapes. So for $8, headed to Georgia. Georgia. Charles. What can I talk about then? What's on my mind? What's on my mind? Next up, we've got Yellowstone hat, headed to Utah, sold for $15. Let's see. Strategies, thoughts, business, not business, stuff. Oh, my mind's kind of blank right now. 6x4. Lynn. I don't know. Kind of mentally blank today, and it feels good, actually, to be honest with you. There's really nothing rolling through my head. Maybe I'll have kind of a mentally relaxed weekend and just get a lot of work done. Got CCM hat. Headed to Springfield, Missouri. Sold for $15. That $21 item thing, though, that makes me happy. I did not expect that. Did not expect that at all. Nathan. Next up, we got the hardest thing to sell on eBay. The video discs. Sold for $6, headed to New York. And two. Ah, I saw a box up there that might have the 3s in it, if I have any left. Or whatever numbers there are. Maybe they're not 3s. And I need a little piece of cardboard. For these. I see you, hair. You're getting away from me. I think that's it. My mind's really at peace today. I like that. 114. All right, we're not 12 by 12 right now. We are going to be 15 by 13. And you're going to be media mail. Michael. Wonder how many people at the post office look at this and go, and then open it to question if it's media mail or not and go, I don't even know what this is. How is this media mail? It's a video disc. Is that like a laser disc? No, it's before laser disc. Hell, it's before DVDs. Oh, wait, so is laser disc. I remember Kevin Smith once said that DVDs are going to fail, Laserdisc are the future. Bud Light Lime hat. Sold for $10.50, headed to Chicago, Illinois. I got a DVD player upstairs I bought. I remember the Goodwill, but I don't remember where it is. It was on vacation. And it was behind the counter. Somebody had returned it saying it didn't work. And it was Pioneer, the Laserdisc DVD combo, which is a nice system. And they had $12 on it. I'm like, well, I'll just take it anyway. I haven't looked it up or anything yet. I figured even if it don't work, parts for that system, at least that system used to go for big money. Because it's Laserdisc and it is DVD. So I just took a chance, didn't look it up. And knew they're like $3.95. Not new, but I mean working. There's one $200. $240. Parts and repair, $95. So I paid $12 for it. Go, I'll take it. Figure I'll make money on it no matter what. If I can get it to work or if I don't. When I had this, well, I guess we could say when I was dating this girl, Christine, we were together for like 3 years. And I had a Laserdisc player. We had tons of Laserdiscs because I worked in the music store when they were discounting them, discontinuing them basically. So I was able to buy tons of them for like $1, $2 a piece. We'd order straight from the distributor because the distributor was getting rid of them basically. They were just clearancing them out. So me and this other guy I worked with, we both had Laserdisc players. So we'd just go through the book and we would just place orders for all these Laserdiscs. But I remember when, just out of the blue, she was kicking me out because we had moved into her mother's house. And we had talked about just moving out together. And then one day, all of a sudden, guess what, James, you're out. I'm like, oh, okay. I was kind of surprised, taking a miss with it. I'm like, oh, okay. We had a Discover card together that had like 10,000 on it, balance on it. She had already called them, got 2 accounts, split up the money on 2 different accounts, handed me my new account with half of the debt on it. And then she's like, and I want the DVDs player and half the movies. I'm like, well, I want the DVD player for my half of the movies. I went out, and this is when DVDs were going, so you couldn't just go to any place, you couldn't go anywhere and buy a DVD player. I did probably search, I don't know how long I searched, but since it's been so long, I found a Circuit City that had an open box DVD player that was returned, and it did work. I think I spent like $300 on this and gave it to her so I could have the one that was there because it did the automatic flip where the one I found didn't. So I'm like, you can have this one here. Now you got a DVD or Laserdisc player. Now let's split up the DVDs or the Laserdiscs, the movies. That's my Laserdisc story. That was probably the only relationship. Yeah, that's before getting married and stuff. The only relationship I was in that was like ended out of left field for me. And it was one of those things where it literally took me a year to get over it. Meaning like every time I went out, even 9-10 months later with somebody, it just didn't feel right. Like I felt like I was doing something wrong. It was one of those, I never had been in that situation before. Where 10 months after I go out with somebody to eat or whatever, and it just didn't feel right. It's like, I felt like I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing. Like, she could walk around the corner at any minute and catch me here. What am I doing? Type of thing. It just didn't feel right. It was weird. It was weird for me. Something that I had never experienced before. All right, this is the piece that I got to find a box for, which is going to be a pain. So I might just save this since we only got a little bit left. And it's a piece of a Hot Wheels set that I picked up at a yard sale on video, I do believe. But anyway, so yeah, that's sold for $18, headed to North Dakota. So I'm going to push that aside. Let me do a quick search. Actually, let me see if I can get this piece off. Oh, how dare you fall? I don't want to break it, but It'd be nice if I can get this piece off. It looks like the top comes off. Pull that out. Maybe not. Oh, maybe you push on it. I don't know. Oh, that controls that. Cool. Okay. Maybe that don't come off. It's so easy. Since it connects. Pain in the booty. The oddball stuff. I need an oddball box. Falling over. How dare you? Nope. You're not going to fit in there either. I had some more narrow ones down here. I know I do. You're gonna be way too big. Guess I'm going to use this big one and cut it down. Come on. Pain. Pain. Perfect width. I just have to cut it down. He is the painkiller. This is the painkiller. I need some padding. He is the painkiller. Yes. Put you in there, in there, in there, and in there. There we go. All right. Score. Score. All right. perfect, but it'll do. That was hard work. Ready for a nap after that one. Okay, not really. Wasn't that difficult. He is the painkiller. This is painkiller. Painkiller. I must listen to that album today now. Judas Priest Painkiller. Great album. Probably my favorite Judas Priest album ever. All right. We've got 311. We've got 20 by 17 by 7. 20, 17, 7. All right. Alex. My stuff fell over. How rude. Next up, we've got something I got on vacation. I got 3 of these on vacation. The Ober Gatlinburg staff shirts. 3XL. I think I got like 3 of them, I believe, at a thrift store. They were in the 4 or 5 for $1 t-shirt box. Okay, I'll take those. Headed to Cookeville, Tennessee. Sold for $15. I believe Cookeville is right there. Buy it. I think we go through Cookeville to get there. Or at least I did. I thought, maybe not. Yeah, okay, there it is, yes. We do pass Cookeville, and we're in between Nashville and Knoxville. I knew it was familiar. Yeah, because we stayed in Cookeville. We stayed the night there. I don't know if we stayed it this past year or the year before when we went. One of the two, we stayed in Cookeville. Because I remember this year, we may have stayed right before it, because as we were driving through it, we were like, hey, we stayed there last. That's what it was. All right, so that's over there. That's 12. I want another road trip. Like the once a year is like a road trip vacation because you need it. I want one just because I want it. How about one of those again? I haven't had one of those in a long time. Let's just go because we want to. Not because we're making ourselves go, because we need it. Hawaiian Islands hat. Sold for $9. Headed to Phoenix, Arizona. When you only go like once a year, you're like out of vacation mode. You're like, I don't remember how to vacation. I need to get familiar with taking a break again. And when's the last time I've been to Florida? A long time. Robert. Long time. Jan's got 3-day weekends now at least. So she's off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But she's usually ready to lay in bed after working frickin' 60 hours a week. Wow, Christmas CD. Sold for $9.95. Yay! Headed to Michigan. Alrighty. Joshua. And the last US one, we've got Penguins of Madagascar DVD. Sold for $6, headed to Georgia. Get this Goodwill sticker off here. Come on. It's like stuck on my fingertips. Don't go off on me. All right. Penguins. 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 It's in there. A little tight when you have that extra slip case on these DVDs. Just a little tight. Four, 6 by 9. Diana. Dirty Diana. Dirty Diana. Right, that's all the US we got. Boom, 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 boom. Feeling nice and blank today. I like that. Maybe when I get back from post office, I'll look around YouTube and get caught up on some videos or something. What I've been doing to help kind of grow the channel in a different direction is when I watch like a video that's not about reselling, commenting, just to see, you know, if somebody finds my boring reseller life interesting, like, oh, what's that? And click on it. Yeah, tap on it. So I figure if I'm watching the video, I might as well respond to it. something positive, of course, in a positive light. I was born on a pirate ship. Refresh, fresh. Alrighty. Next up, we got Carmen for Orchestra. Vinyl record headed to Singapore. Sold for $10. Ah, how dare you? Just missed it. Okay. Record. Mr. Record Man, Mr. Record Man. Give me what I can, Mr. Record Man. I haven't listened to that song in a long time. Mr. Record Man by Ugly Kid Joe. I forgot the words to it. It's a pretty catchy song, I remember. Mr. Record Man, Mr. Record. Tour around the world. The recipient city failed as required. I don't see they got a city on there. Let me look on eBay. See what's going on here. Yeah, they don't have a city. They just got a zip code. Let's see if I can figure out a city. City zip code. Why you gotta make it so difficult for me? And then it probably won't even get to you. Cybo? CYBO? Is that a place? Or you just mean something I don't know what? CYBO? Oh, no, that's actually a website, I guess. Well, the city, I guess, is Singapore also then. Okay. Same primary city, Singapore. Okay. Okay. Well, let's do double duty then. If I can alter it. It doesn't let you alter it though, do you? You have to do a separate thing. Such a pain. Singapore. Okay. Such a pain in the booty hole. Pain in the booty hole. There you go. Yep, Singapore is the city. There we go. All right, what's your name? What's your name? Dr. Kevin. What kind of doctor are you, Kevin? Curious minds want to know. All right, so that should work. Used LP. Damn it, how rude of you. You must stop turning off. Come on. Thank you much. All right. So that was 14. $9.99. 14. And now I have to go back and put the barcode, put the tracking number in. Copy. Print. Boom. Boom. Why must you make this so difficult for me? You are making my day so difficult. I'll save. Pew. All right, let's move on now, shall we? Well, that was a pain in the booty hole. That was such a pain in the booty hole. Next up, we've got Soccer's Hard Men. Sounds kinky. VHS tape going to Canada. Sold for $9. It said Hard Men. It's so kinky. Oh my gosh. Would you look at him? He's such a hard man. Oh my. Sorry. Alright. We go on a CD case. We go 12. 881. 12 VHS tape. Oh my God, Becky, look at that butt. All right, got one more. The Ridge golf cap. Headed to Australia, sold for $13.50. I gotta resurface those CDs last night. All right. $13.49. 7. 449. 7. Do. Do that. Hit rates. All right, since we're over an hour, thanks everybody for hanging out. Hope you have a great weekend if I don't talk to you. With my head being kind of clear, who knows what I'll come up with this weekend. So you may see something. You may see something different, unique. Who knows? End of day. So only those 3 international. I thought we had 4, no? Oh, but the one was the other way, so that's probably why it won't be on here. I don't know why I'm printing these. Probably ain't gonna scan. I don't know if they'll type them in for me. I need to order my laser jet. Yeah, you're not gonna scan. Cha-ching. Let's see where I'm at number-wise, I guess. So we're at 11 a.m. I'm at $129. It's a little slower start than yesterday. Fridays are always weird lately. Like they used to be good, and now they're days that could wind up very bad. And I don't know what eBay does to make that difference, because I think it's an eBay thing other than a sales thing, because it's such weirdness to the Fridays. Anyway, thanks everybody, and I will see you all in the next video later.